Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You guys already know, man. I said it too many times. Like a motherfucking smack addict, right? As you can tell by that thumbnail, Simon, cabrones, we're going to get into talking about the Southside rappers. Okay, there's a big difference and a big misconception. And I'm going to explain it right now. We're going to break it down with us getting words and expressions and emotions. But we're going to get emotional. We're going to break it down and I'm going to explain to you guys in a menudo style, in a direct fashion, exactly what the difference is between Southside rappers and why they're blackballed from the industry. Yes, indeed they are. And Chicano rap. Okay, traditionally Chicano rappers are vatos like lighter shade of brown, don't. This is for La Raza, Kid Frost, Meloman Ace, things of that nature, right? Artists of that nature that pushed the Chicano movement, but also were Chicanos in the industry that were not particularly gang affiliated. Now, in some cases, some were, but they didn't rock that agenda. They didn't talk about gangs. They didn't talk about killing people. They didn't talk about the oppression of other people. They just did music. They were artists in their own right, and they pushed for the gente. You know, La Raza, don't. You know what I mean? They were pushing for the gente. Now, the difference of what happened, like in, I'd say, the late 80s, 90s, mid 90s, not even 80s, not mid 90s to the 2000s, is you had a big influence of gangster rapping. You know, starting from NWA and Ice-T to who else was doing it, man? There was so many different gangster rappers, DJ Quick, that started to talk about neighborhoods or started to mention hoods and organizations within their music. You started to hear the word sangres and gripas. You started to hear north and south, hollered out in music, paños being worn, things of that nature, which made it not only Chicano rap, but also gangster rap, because it was predominantly for gangsters. Gangster music. They talked about the lifestyle. They talked about living that life, you know, and not everybody was a real true gangster, but they liked to talk about it. They had the mouthpiece to talk about it. Okay, as you get later on in years and you fast forward and you go back to the future, what you have now is real gangsters, real gang members, people that are living the life. Talking about my home, I live that life, right? Starting to make music. Okay, now with that comes politics. With that comes political reasoning behind the words that they're speaking. And there's a lot of things that they say that they shouldn't say, or a lot of things that they don't say that they want to say because they can't. You know, they're not supposed to. So it's a fucking thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line. You know, they're playing that line. They're walking that line. They got to toe that line well. You know, so when it comes to Southside rappers, I'm talking about real ones, man. I'm talking about the music that they express, their expression, their good dope rhymes, their lyrics that they dropped, and why they're slept on and why they're blackballed from the industry. Okay, there's a couple reasons why they're blackballed. Right? And I say blackball, people are like, no, they got as much opportunity as anyone else. Yes, if they do it within themselves, if they do it for themselves. If they're a Chicano entrepreneur out there, man, that's willing to assist and aid them and open up them doors, you know, and even some Africanos that are willing to open up doors for them, then yes, they could possibly blow up in the industry. But the industry as a whole has blackballed the gangster rap music coming from the South Side or the Norteño, the North Side, right? And I'm going to explain why. Okay? First of all, Hollywood don't want that shit. The industry, the music industry don't want that. They're scared. So they are intimidated and scared because they know that the music right here and the gang affiliations right here can mesh. Things could come into play and it could get real quick. You know, people can shoot up fucking music videos. People can go up into the motherfucking studios and let them have it. And people that are bigwigs that are in the industry that aren't gang related and aren't involved and are all about that sack, all about that money, all about that bolsita, don't want that funk. They don't want to be affiliated with that, first of all. Second of all, they don't want the problems. Okay, when it comes to Southside gangster rappers, man, along with gang lines comes music, right? And they clash, and people don't want the aggravation. They don't want the attention. So they don't want to be affiliated with that. Not because they're hating or because they don't think the Southside movement's a righteous one, because it is. But at the same time, they're scared about the plain and simple. They don't want to get killed over someone else's rap lyrics or being even affiliated with them. Okay, and you got a lot of good, talented, young Southside rappers. And when I say Southside rappers, I mean vatos that are representing the South, whether it be from San Diego on up to Bakersfield. They're representing the Sul, right? Okay, they might not all of them necessarily say it in their music, but they do it in their stilo, in their presence, in their tattoos, and the way they carry themselves, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's, hey, they're true to form. They're true to their words. They're true to what they believe in, their cause. Righteously, they're only being what they are, what they're born and raised to be. a product of their environment, and ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not here shitting on them. I'm not here to say, oh, it's all bad and you guys are doing too much. Charlie Holmes, they're doing what they want to do, and they're going to proceed to do that as they do it. Period. Plain and simple. So Southside rappers, and I'm talking about the young dopies, the Treses, the motherfucking I'm not even gonna mention that about the name. I'm talking about Little Ones, and I'm talking about Mr. Criminals and Mr. Gosi, and then we can get up north and we could talk about all the young rappers that are going on now, or Darkroom Familia and Woody and all these cats, right? People that were really in that life, living that lifestyle, really about it, and hollering through music. They might not necessarily shout their hoods out in the music, but carrying red paños or blue paños and doing what you're doing is an indication of what your affiliation is, right? Now, any political things that go down with how organizations feel about them doing that, they're going to deal with themselves. That quietly as it's kept, that's not to be said on camera. That's not to be expressed through views. That's not to be put out there, because it's not everybody's business. Okay, that's their business. They'll deal with it as they comes. But a lot of these bigwigs in the industry know that. They know enough about the political makeup that they don't want to be in trouble. They ain't trying to get taxed. They ain't trying to get fucking moved on. They ain't trying to get strong-armed. They ain't trying to do none of that, so they stay away. Not saying necessarily that these organizations are going to do that. They probably ain't. You know what I mean? So I'm going to rock with that. But at the same time, these people not knowing are scared of that, possibly happening. Okay, so you got the Southside rappers, and they're blackballed from the industry because of that. Because the bigwigs, the people that really could open up doors for you, the people that got money, are scared. They're scared of who they're dealing with. They're scared of getting burnt. They're scared of putting all this money behind a person to promote them. And at the end, they're just going to get gaffled for everything. Or this youngster is going to get hurt or killed because of the words that he's hollering. Any mistake, any word that's thrown out there that's not supposed to, you can become a target. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, each man's going to do what he wants to do. If you're hollering gang-related stuff, if you're living that life, if you're really a real gang member, man, and you want to shout your hood out and you're about that, 9 times out of 10, you're never going to level up. You're never going to prosper to the next level, because just like I said, people are going to hold you back. They're not going to necessarily hold you back because you're not talented. I've seen some vatos, man, that are so talented, they're blowing people. Sasuke, Eminem, better watch out, right? These vatos got lyrics, they got the spirit, they got the motivation, the emotion, everything to really win. But the only thing that holds them back is their gang affiliation. Not that it's a bad thing. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. That's their life, man. You can't knock another man or hate on another man for what he does. I'm just saying it's always going to be a hindrance in their music and what they're trying to do. You can't be a real life gang member and a rapper at the same time. There's plenty that have done it. Shout out to a real one like Conejo the rapper and actor. Shout out to that tax collector movie. He did his thing. He's a vato that keeps himself off the radar and just continues to prosper in his own mix. He knows his lane. He stood out the way. Everyone knows he's representing his dead end thing, and he's doing his thing in that fashion. But at the end of the day, this vato continues to make big moves and big strides because in his music, he's hollering his thing and getting out the way. And for some people, doors will open. If you fly under the radar, if you keep it quiet, if you move smooth with a purpose, right, and you're out there getting it, then yes, doors will open for you. Okay, and in that vato's particular, in his particular life, doors have opened for him, or he's kicked doors down, man, to make it happen for him. He's a hard-working man. He's strived, and for that, I respect his get down. Now, at the same time, you got a lot of these other young rappers that are from the Southside trying to do the same thing, man. Maybe they're misguided or misled by certain homeboys or certain individuals, managers, so on and so forth, that take them down that dark road, Then you got vatos that are going the extra mile and doing what they can to strive, like the Vato Tres, tapped in with Black 100. Not saying he was asking for any type of deal or anything like that, but just had a few questions, trying to break into the industry. You can't be mad at someone for trying to break into the industry, whether they're real about their gang affiliation or they're not, and anyone has any type of fucking opinion on it. That's neither here nor there. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and no one says an opinion is wrong or right. You're going to play that middle ground on it, but at the same time, you're entitled to whatever you say you got to say, and that's cool. Doesn't mean it's going to stop the little homie struggle or stop anybody's struggle and strive for what they're doing. These vatos are true believers in their music, and I like a lot of Southside rap. Of course, I listen to Norteño rap daily, and there's no comparisons there as far as, I don't like this one more than I like this one. I go artist to artist. Yeah, this motherfucker slaps. Now, this one's garbage, baboso. This one, oh man, this motherfucker's coming through. Oh yeah, this one, woo, woo, woo. It's not nothing like that. I'm not hating on anyone because of a particular area they're from, or a gang affiliation, or a hood, or because this vato said something one time, once upon a time, or he shed blood on one side or the other. I'm not going to dislike him for that. Music to me is a universal language. Music is music, period. Okay, another thing why the Southside rappers are being blackballed from the industry, right? Number two. So there's always a number two. Two sides to every coin. You know what I mean? Heads, tails, never fails. The second one is that people just are scared of the movement. They're scared of the stilo. They're scared of the Chicano flavor. They don't understand it. It's called being scared of what you don't understand. Okay? And what happens with a lot of the rappers, man, is they get tired of being blackballed. They get tired of doors being closed. They get tired and eventually they fall off. What happens when you get tired of things? Eventually you lose your spirit. You lose your energy. You lose your push. You lose your struggle. You lose your strive. And you say, you know what? Fuck this shit, Holmes. I'm cool with this shit. Ain't never going to work out. But it will if you continue to push, man. Good things come to those who wait. A wise man once told me, man, all you need to do, homie, is sit by the river and watch the bodies float by. Everybody will float by eventually, man. For every cause, there's a repercussion. For every action, there's a repercussion. You know, if you're not out there taking actions, you're not going to feel those repercussions. The repercussion for out there working hard and striving is money. Out there, you're going to get what you wish for. You know what I mean? If you're out there gangbanging, the repercussions for that, well, you already know. You can go to the pinta, you can get shot, or you could win. Never know. You know, the percentages of that, check that out. Google it. It's just different things that could happen for different people. Okay, but they're blackballing a lot of the Southside rappers because they don't understand the Chicanismo. They don't understand the Chicano flavor, the bands, the high socks, the bald heads, the dickies, the baños. People don't understand it. They look at it and automatically they say gang member, barrios, American meat, right? So let's get we don't want that funk. We know what happened there. It could get ugly. But in most cases, a lot of these guys are just portraying an image. I'm not saying those particular rappers I talked about, those are some real ones, really doing their thing. But I'm saying other rappers portray an image just because they know that that image sells within their environment or within the immediate area they're in. Not necessarily for the masses, but for that area. But you become local, and then when you get local, you get regional. Then when you get regional, it's like, okay, you get fucking worldwide. You know, worldwide, spread it wide. That's how it is. My nose itches. Heck yeah. I don't know why. Money on my mind, right? This is what it is. These are the only things I could think of. Now, Southside rap, like I said, came about in the mid-90s to the 2000s, and forever forward it's pushing. And I remember hearing the first few mixtapes, and of course, Brownside, that group, and Psycho Realm, you know, just different groups. Cypress Hill, not necessarily I say that they were a Southside group. You know, they had some gang affiliations there. They didn't push that, rock that narrative. Everyone liked them. They rocked more of the stoner narrative. But we all listened, you know, stoned is the way, utterly be real, right? We were on that shit. This is how it was, okay? But when I started to notice, I heard a few compilations and I heard disrespect, North and South disrespect. It was more the upstate Swedish disrespecting the North and the North disrespecting them. But of course, a few guys from the South got involved in it. And I just heard certain songs. And I am not going to lie. At first, I was like, nah, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not trying to hear disrespect. I'm trying to hear good rhyme. I'm trying to hear good beats. I'm trying to hear people that are talented do it, man. These vatos got spit, man, but they're using it for the wrong reasons. You know, and then of course you heard the GUN album came out and there was an agenda behind it, man. And it was pretty much bringing everyone together, but at the same time defecating on other people's character, right? And I myself listened to the album just like everyone else did. I felt it as a movement. I felt the message behind it, but I wasn't actually feeling every single song just based on it was very repetitive and I just didn't like it. I thought it could have been better done and it was rushed. That's just me. I'm not hating because it was an up northern album, man. Shit, my favorite rappers are from up north. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, I will say that's just how that was my opinion. Whether it's right or wrong, that was me. Okay? But lines have been blurred a lot more now. Now Vatos got baños in every song, big old choppers. And you know, as a gang member and living that gang life, man, you never show no one what you got. You keep it tucked in the Wiz Ace band. You know what I mean? One time for your mind. And only use it if you're ready to do it. You know? And that's it. You know, so you can't be in music videos showing cuetes and fuck. I know it's all entertainment. It's all Hollywood. It's all props, right? I understand that. But at the same time, people are going to get the wrong impression of you. If every video, all you have is a cuete and you're smoking a leño and everything, it gets the wrong impression on people. You got to understand, yes, we're in a caja right here. The Chicanos, yeah, we're feeling that. We see the bands, we're feeling like, you know, because we could identify. Fuck yeah, don't. We're identifying with that because we all got family members that are locked up in prison, getting out or been in there. We all got family members on the run and parole. We all got family members, man, that'll rock your motherfucking mentality backwards. We all got family members that are gang related, kicking back right now by bonfire, smoking a leño, calling Gunner a J-Cat. We all got that, right? Guaranteed. So we identify with that music. But that's just a small percentage of the people, bro. There's a lot more world out there and a lot of people that ain't trying to hear it because they can't identify with it. So the best thing to do with your music, just like in this YouTube shit, man, is expand your mind. Not necessarily keep it true to the gangster rap, man. Everybody knows what you are and what you're affiliated, what you're part of. But expand your horizons to different types of music, to different beats, different stylos, man, and see where that gets you. I guarantee once you get to the top, bro, then you could be anything you want to be, and no one will say shit because that's good. They're going to be on your fucking print. Bang, bang. That's just the way I look at it from an industry standpoint. You know, that's why they switch people's characters up in the industry. That's why Richie couldn't be Ricardo Valenzuela. He had to be Richie Valens. Okay? Oh, boy. Because they wanted to appeal to the masses. They didn't want to shut anyone out and keep it regional or keep it local. They wanted worldwide exposure. In order to get that, you can't show them too much. You can't show them all your cards because guess what happens, bro? Sasuke, fuck that. You got an ace. I see 2 aces at least. Sasuke, I fold. You know what I mean? They don't want no part of that. If they see your hand, you got no one holding, no one to photo. Like Kenny Rogers, they want, you know, that's just the way it is. So they're blackballed in the industry, and of course, quietly as it's kept, people are gonna be like, nah, Charlie, they're not blackballed. They just they need to work harder and everything. Nah, man. Traditionally, everybody knows Mexicanos, man, are some of the hardest working people, and the Chicanos are derived from them. So Southside, the beat don't stop, and the beat goes on. Keno Whispers, that's just the way it is. They're blackballed from a standpoint of people are scared or don't understand them. That's it. Now, as far as up north, same thing goes. Different side of the coin, same old story, right? It's still silver, vato. Same thing. Same thing. You know, you'll get local, you get regional, you make it happen, man. But worldwide exposure is very hard to come by. Name a northern, southern rapper that are worldwide. Yeah, I'll hold. I'll wait. Yeah, I don't like waiting, right? So I'm going to cut in line. Look, it hasn't happened yet. Okay, it hasn't happened yet. I think the closest we got to anything, man, and I'm going to speak for everybody here, was maybe Little Rob. Kick your back, neighborhood music, right? And some people will say, well, he wasn't a Southside, he was a tagger, or he was a this or that. And, you know, and it's to each their own, man. You know, he had that persona, he looked the part, he played the part, it was the part, right? As far as I'm concerned. Now, the Vato was smart about it. He showed the Chicano flavor, but didn't really show the gang-related shit too much. And maybe that's why he was able to, maybe he was at the right place at the wrong time, and it wasn't cold that night, it was warm that night. Whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, he had that exposure. He blew up a little bit. But for the most part, man, like I said, hey, is this the industry, the rap industry? Yeah. Back to the hotel. Hey, is there any way that, is there any way a Southside rapper and a Northside rapper can go worldwide? Are you still there? This number's already been disconnected. I guess I won't hold. It's been disconnected. They're not trying to do that. And I'm not saying go against your grain. I'm not saying go with your people and struggle and strive for what you believe in forever. Of course. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on yourself. Never put your barrio or your affiliation or what you believe in, man, on the back burner for any old motherfucker, especially not someone like me fucking speaking on it over here. I'm just giving game, giving the heads up. You know, this is why they're blackballed. This is why they're blackballed from the industry and no one's showing them love. This is why people like Whack 100, that pimply faced ass goofy character over there, is really shutting the door. You know, this Vato was able to get in the doors. How the Africanos were able to get in the doors? They started their own, bro. They knew that the white man wasn't going to let them in. So they say. I'm not being racist on the white man. I'm saying I got love for the white man. The industry, right? Of course, they call it the white man, but it's not that. It could be anybody, right? But they're saying that they won't let them in. Okay, so they fucking started their own businesses. So talented that they showed, motherfucker, we don't care if you let us in or not. We're going to come in through the window, right? And they started to establish their own businesses and force themselves into the industry and became a juggernaut. So a lot of doors are open for them. So, of course, the way for the Chicano to do it is one of two ways. Either have an Africano brother, man, that shows love, or a white brother that shows love, or someone from the other side that will show love, man, and help you out to get in the door, or you got to establish something for yourself. Our own companies, our own movies, our own production things. That's just the way it's going to be. That's the way it has to be. That's life. No one's going to give you nothing for free. You have to go out there and get that bolsita. That's just part of the game. You know, so they're going to continue to be blackballed from the industry unless they establish. Same thing goes for the North. So I'll touch on that later, though, more in depth. I'm just saying, we're talking about the Southside rappers right now. Do I respect their get down? Do I listen to their music? Daily. Dopey. Dope. Little One. Dope. Criminal. Dizzo. Right? Conejo. That's without being said. Probably my favorite fucking Southern rapper of all times. You know what I mean? That motherfucker style. Brujo's that fucker. Kill him, man. Right, orale, fucking Conejo is crazy. Rabbit, you're crazy. What the? Respects. Ultimate respects. These are the music I listen to from down south because I'm not racist about this. I listen to everybody. As far as up north, keep rocking, young homies. Keep rocking. Whether it's a song about me, I don't give a fuck, right? Or anyone else, man, get your fucking bag, bro. I'm never going to hate on nobody. That's just it, period. I might cap, though. Don't get mad if I cap. But hate, that's not in me. Anyways, at the end of the day, I hope you move fast with a purpose. I hope you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, it's all about that struggle and the strive. Yes, homies. Motherfuckers are hating because you're throwing up them paños and you're showing them cuetes, man. But at the same time, homes, show them these, man, and get in there one time. Hope everyone gets everything they want, man. Like and subscribe. We're taking the channel in a different direction, but we're getting back to the old school sometimes. Bang, bang, you never know where I'll go with it. That's why people watch. Gunner's a fucking cat. Is he? We don't know. He might be smarter than everyone. Bang, bang.